Hi, my name is Samantha and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about Fleece Fun's Wizarding Robe pattern. Let's get into it. This past weekend I attended a Harry Potter event. I was a vendor at the event. Video coming soon on that event. I followed the Fleece Fun's free pattern. I'll have her link down below to her video. She has a tutorial about how to make it, and then she has the printout. She has kid sizes and adult sizes. I made the small, medium, adult. I loved this pattern. I thought it was fantastic. I will definitely be using it to make another robe in the future. This was my first attempt at a robe. I've never made something like it, so it was definitely very interesting. I also did it for as cheap as possible. I used only fabric that I had in my stash, and I'm very proud of myself that I was able to accomplish that, because not only did I not have enough fabric, I had to mix and match fabrics. So the blacks on the front of my robe and the back of my robe are not the same. The hood is different than the arms, and then the like lapel lining, the hood robe lining, they're all different fabrics. Some of the pieces, they were supposed to be cut on the fold. I did not have enough for that, so I had to sew it along the fold. So this was a very like trial and error scrap together project, and I'm very proud of myself for doing it for under $5. I did not end up wearing it at all at the event. I wore it for all of 30 seconds to take a photo, and I took it off. It was over 80 degrees at the event. I was so hot. I was talking to so many customers, and I just was trying to stay happy and cheerful, and if I was even hotter, I could not handle that. So I had it hanging up in my tent. Not a single person said anything to me about it, so it is what it is. I will be wearing it again in the future, probably for Halloween, we'll see. And I do plan to make a second robe. So like, for example, when I stitched down the badge, the like Ravenclaw crest, I did not iron it down. I only stitched it on the top, the bottom, and the sides, like 2 or 3 little stitches, because I want to be able to cut it off on my better robe that I've made a second time. That being said, there are a couple things that I did that were not listed in the pattern. For example, when I had all of so the first thing you have to do is print out all of the pieces. There's 32 computer sheets you have to print out. You print them all out, tape them all together, then cut it out. Then, because I'm short, I ended up cutting the wizard cloak to the smallest size, which is 4'8" to 5'2". I'm 5'1". I do think that in this same step that the lining that you cut 2 of, I think I was supposed to shorten that because mine didn't really match up with what the video said. So that being said, I did, when I put that all together, cut out the pattern, then cut out the fabric, I pinned it all together and tried it on just to make sure if I needed to add any strips of fabric, I wanted to do that. Because when I was picking small, medium versus large, extra large, it didn't have any measurements. Like normally it's like, oh, if you're this tall or this weight or this bust and this waist, it didn't have anything like that. So I wasn't sure what size I would be. I do think that the small size was fine. Maybe next time I need to make the kids large, and maybe that would fit better, because the only problem I had with this pattern were the sleeves. The sleeves were too long. So before I got to that step, I ended up making them shorter, and the sleeves are the one thing I'm not happy with how they turned out, and that's probably my fault for what I did to them. But when I had it all cut out, I pinned it, tried it on, and then also I understitched everything. I understitched the hood, I understitched the lining, just to make sure that all the pieces stayed where they were supposed to. That was not in the instructions. The other thing I did is I serged all of the edges. The way that the pattern tells you to assemble, you end up with raw edges on everything. So I did not want that. I wanted to be able to wash this. But now in hindsight, I can't wash it, because if I wash it, then the iron-on patch will be activated and be ironed on. I don't want that. So I actually can't wash it unless I take off the patch, wash it, and then put the patch back on. So actually it doesn't matter. But anyways, I did that. And then the other thing I did, my intention was to add 2 pockets, but I only ended up adding 1. I found a pattern piece, if I could find it here. I found a pattern piece for a pocket, and you're supposed to cut it and extend it to make it the size you wanted, and I was making it so it's the size of my phone, right, to fit it in there. And then I cut it out of the scrap fabric that I had. And on the one piece, I messed up, so that was trash. And then I didn't want to cut another piece because I didn't have that much left over. So I ended up only using one. And then once I stitched down, I realized that it was even smaller. And then like my phone just fit. But like you can see how like awkward and skinny this is. I should have made it wider. So I love that my robe has a pocket, but it should have 2 pockets. Actually, it should have 3 pockets because you should have 2 pockets for your muggle items and then 1 pocket for your wand. But that being said, I did add 1 pocket. In the future, if I made this pattern again, there's 2 pieces that I would not use when cutting out. I would not use the lining piece for the sleeve. I would just cut the main sleeve part. Let me find that. Also, side note about the show, this is everything that's left. This bin. I've got 3 wine bags, and then this is all that's left. So go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to see the video on Thursday where we will go over everything that is left. If you want to purchase any of these items, I will be doing a live on Saturday. So you can go ahead and RSVP to that right now and hit the notification on that. There is a lot of drama and a lot of tea that went down, so I'm still deciding how I want to go about revealing that. I don't think Thursday's videos will be the normal pros and cons video. I think I'll save that for next week. On Thursday, it will just be a review of the products that are left because I still need to figure out how I'm going to go about that video. So this main sleeve part, I would just cut this out 4 times and assemble the sleeve in the same manner as the hood. That way it's fully lined, because even though in the sleeve I stitched down a little on the top and a little on the bottom, every time I stick my arm in, it's still trying to come out. So I really don't like that. So I would not use this piece. The other piece I would not use is I would not use this piece for the like splash of color on the inside. Again, I would just use the main piece, and I would cut this out 4 times instead of cutting out twice. Because once again, if you assemble it all with a lining, then it will be more done and it won't like come apart as much. Also, by doing that and having a lining piece, you won't see the pockets when you add those in. You won't end up with raw edges. And by having a lining, then you can put a hidden wand pocket on the inside. So those are all the things I would do next time. The other thing is, so the clasp that I bought at Joann's, I thought it was metal. I didn't realize till I took it off the packaging that it is plastic. So I did make that so that I can cut it off and use it in the next one too, which I will do. I would have gone online or gone to a thrift store and tried to find a metal clasp so that it's like stronger and nicer and has a little heft to it, because I'm a little disappointed at the plastic clasp. The rest of my outfit, I wanted to just wear jeans. It was too hot, so I wore like a black skirt, and then I was gonna wear the button up that I have. I didn't have a white button up, but I did have a light blue, which worked out perfect as a pop of Ravenclaw. And then the tie I just borrowed, and then the pin I got that off of I think it was like Macari, and I already had like a credit, and then I just paid like $1 or $2 for it, so that worked out really well. I do like how the hood, that it's like floral and blue, because like I love florals. So if I made it again, I would do the exterior in the black and I would do the interior in like a very deep blue that has like florals in it. I think that would look really cool. And again, making it lined throughout the whole thing and like having it like satiny silk would make it like just slip right on when you have the button-up shirt. Because having the button-up shirt and having that piece like keep wanting to pop out and then trying to like adjust the collar, and it's like too many loose pieces. If they were all flat and adhered down, you wouldn't have that issue. So that being said, I highly recommend this pattern. I would definitely recommend doing it. Add some pockets. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know what other suggestions you have for when I make this robe pattern the second time. I'm so happy with how this turned out. I worked my butt off to get this done before I went to Virginia for my show last weekend. I'm so disappointed that I didn't get to wear it, but I will definitely get some use out of this robe until I make another one. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.